Hello everybody, welcome back to the cabin. Welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Today is one of those days, and if you are a reseller like me, you know these happen from time to time. I've just been putting out fires, some of them of my own making, and I'm going to talk about those. I've got a return. I got sent back today. I had to refund that. I had an item that I didn't put in a bundle order that had to go out, that I had to again ship a different item and eat that cost. That was my mistake. But the biggest thing for me last night when I was sitting on my couch doing some work on my computer and watching stuff with the kids and just kind of hanging out, I got a message from a platform that I didn't even think I sold on anymore saying, hey, you haven't shipped this thing out. And then once that got in my head, I thought, there's another platform that I haven't looked at in a very long time. And I clicked on that, and there was 4 sales over there as well. And I'm like, oh boy. But I was fortunate with that one. I'm going to talk about that and tell you what sold today. Let's go take a look. Here's the return, and whenever I get one return, I get scared that the other shoe's going to drop. It's Cindy Lou Who, y'all. You can probably tell. Well, maybe you can, maybe you can't. And it got returned because there was no tag on it. I sold it as new with tags. They all had tags on them, but sometimes when you package them away, you know, a tag comes off, and they decided they were going to send it back because they're going to give it as a gift or something like that. I'm like, I'm sorry, you know, whatever. And I took it back. Sold some Justin boots. I finally see a little space in the boot bin down there. That's good. I tell you, we have been selling like crazy lately, which has me, I want to say one other thing about that really quick. These sold for $54. They were out on an offer, $54 plus shipping. I think I paid $10. Speaking of sales being really, really good this fourth quarter for me, and I know some people struggle out there, so I hate to say that kind of stuff sometimes, but it was a really good fourth quarter for me. At least right towards the end, it was really, really good. And so what I decided to do for only the second time in my life was to take a little time off. This is being filmed well before you see it. Normally I try to keep a couple days, 3 days out, 4 days max. And I just said, you know what, there's enough to be filming 5 videos a week. And so that's what we did for a few weeks, and I'm like, I'm going to take off a little time right before Christmas all the way till New Year's. And last year was the first year I was able to really do that, and it was awesome. You know, back in my teaching days, I worked my fingers to the bone during Christmas break to pay for Christmas. And so because you guys are so gracious to watch me, we got a little extra money, and I'm like, I can handle not getting a payout for a week. And I'm like, I'm going to do this, and I'm excited about it. So this video was filmed. A lot of these items over the next, matter of fact, any video before New Year's, you're going to see those items all on these videos have got to the buyer by Christmas. Hopefully, if the post office does its job. I also got a message from somebody today saying, hey, my tracking on this, it's going here and here and here and here. So let me know in the comments if you're dealing with that stuff too. Also been dealing a little bit with a lot of negative feedback over a couple of different Commonwealth picker videos. I'll probably talk about them in a later video, but it's coming mostly from non-resellers, so that doesn't bother me too much. But it was about a hat that, now that I'm back here, realized I put it out here on display, and it's kind of fallen back. It was a bag of hats, 2 bags of hats, and they were in just loose plastic bags, and I tore the bag open, and boy, I literally saw people unsubscribing from my channel because I ripped the bag open. But what they didn't know, that was my buddy Tim, they knew that. What they didn't know was I had asked him right before I did that if I could, because I couldn't get the knot undone. And he's like, well, he said some words I'd have to bleep out. Let's just say it. He's like, I don't give a crap. So this one, there was like 3 winners. I went through these bags of hats, and there was 3 winners. And I've really reduced how many hats I buy. I don't want to buy, you know, $6, $8 hats. I want to buy $15 hats and above. I saw this one. I'm like, that's got to be worth some money. It should be New Era wool, made in the USA. I don't know if it's wool or not. I think it is. And it had the tag. And I was like, I just pulled out a few hats. I was going to give him some money for those hats. And he's like, I want it all gone. And I'm like, well, you know, I know what you charged me, Tim. He's like, $40, take both bags. I'm like, holy moly. And I think we listed 4 of them on eBay for around $100. And there's some good enough we're going to sell on Dibbed It Live. And, you know, they're maybe $4 or $5 hats that probably sell for 8 or 10 on eBay. And then the rest of them we're going to batch up and sell them for pennies on the dollar on shopcommons.net. So I definitely grabbed that one. That one sold. This was by far the best. $59.95 plus shipping. Paid for all the hats. Put us in the profit. Now I'm going to pull a few more eBay items, and I'm going to show you 4 items that sold off of a site that I haven't sold anything in a long time, and 1 that sold off of a site that I don't even sell on anymore. And I want to talk about why I don't as well, but we'll do that in a second. Just to give you a little update here, the last, let's see, 6 days plus $4,000 in sales on eBay, which is really good. We sold a bunch on Commons and shipped it all out of here yesterday as well. And we did a charity auction a while back, and we've been really busy, let's put it that way. So that's when a lot of these things kind of fall through, and I got to make it right. And today I'm like, I got to get this stuff taken care of today. I like to tick off people, so we're going to do that. And today, holy moly, $798 in sales today. That'll all go out tomorrow. So it's been really good. I hope that it has been good. And it's partly because this is the kind of stuff I sell, right? The majority of stuff I sell is the kind of stuff that people buy in Q4. I don't do tons of necessity type stuff, even though I do. And I think that makes a big difference. So take that for what it's worth. It's not across the board for everybody. And there were some rough times a few months ago. So anyway, what am I doing? Plus, you know, I do have viewer sales like this one right here, which is a tremendous advantage, and we're very appreciative of it, and I'm very open and honest about it because I don't want it to give people the wrong impression. It's typically about 20% of our sales over the last, I don't know, the beginning of Q4, end of Q3, it was way down to like maybe 10% of our sales, but right before Christmas, it jumped back up. This was a viewer sale. And the guy who bought it, it's funny, he's like, I thought this was in a video with you and Rod and Mike were fighting over it or something like that. How did you end up with it? It's because I bought a ton of Mike's death pile because he moved again. And this was part of it. And it sold for $12.95 plus shipping. It's a little Lego alarm clock, Stormtrooper, kind of cool. I went to David. He said, hi, Kevin, longtime viewer, now repeat customer. Thank you very much. I've been wanting one of these for a while now for my son. I saw the video where you picked this and knew it would be up on eBay eventually. Thanks for the entertaining videos and happy holidays. David, P.S. Go Rams. That's right. Sold a book set, and most of the time they're inside, and we had that flood in there, and so we got a lot of that stuff out of there really quick. We got that stuff dried out really quick, just because even if you have damp air, it's going to ruin books. And I'm happy to say that everything was salvaged with no damage whatsoever as far as the books go. There were quite a few things that did have some damage, of course. I got these stink bugs in here. They drive me nuts. These are O. Henry books. It's not a high-end group of books here, but people like them. They like them to read. They like them for decoration even in different places, all the Airbnbs all over the country and stuff. So you can still get good money for stuff like this, and they were free to me, $23.70. Went off on a 5% offer plus shipping. So for free into that, worth my time. Thank you, by the way, for all the well wishes and stuff. I haven't given many updates. I'll give those later. Everything's clean and dry in there. It just needs reconstruction, new flooring, new floorboards, and new vanity in the bathroom. Just a few things were ruined, you know, beyond repair. And fortunately, some of the other stuff wasn't ruined or touched at all, which is awesome. I haven't talked about it too much because I don't want to sound like I'm whining. We're not. We're extremely grateful. And I got yelled at for quite a bit for even posting that video, but I thought, you know, this is what we do. This is reselling. This is content that's legitimate, and a lot of people have thanked me saying, hey, as soon as I saw that video, I went into my own basement and did a bunch of things, even put those little sensors on the ground and stuff where you get alerts when there's water and all that stuff. And so, hey, if I helped one person out to save a bunch of trouble and money, it was well worth it. Plus, the video did really well. Man, the next item has been here for a very long time. If you remember the once-in-a-lifetime yard sale, garage sale video, this came from there, and that was years ago. Sometimes when it's this old, I just hope I can find them. It's a penguin. It's a Bud-iced penguin. I think that's it right there. And look, we still have a few more things from that sale. Crazy. And sold on 30% off for just under $21 plus shipping. I guess I could show you this. You can see how high the water got up. It's about 4 inches. And I sold another one of the G.I. Joe items. I hope everything is in there. So it's not devastating, but it was a pain in the butt. And it was devastating for anything under 4 inches, I suppose. That one sold for $32. What is this thing exactly? G.I. Joe Scorpion Battle Core Vehicle. And it sold for $34.95 plus shipping. All right, let's talk about these two platforms. One, you haven't heard me talk about sales for a long time, Bonanza. And then the other one I didn't even think I was selling on. But I got to feed these dogs. They've been waiting patiently. Sit. Sit. That's it. Good job. Tracking mud. I gotta clean my floors in here. It's been rainy and windy. Good job. So here's a little warning for Bonanza sellers. This was a Coleman, new in the package, and it has like a lantern kind, you know, you turn it on, it's got a little bright light, plus it's a flashlight. And it was listed on eBay, and I took it out because I needed it for when I do these house buyouts and stuff with Joey, my buddy Joey, and sometimes you get in those basements and the electricity's not on, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep that. So I took it out of my eBay store. And when you sell on Bonanza, they do this like sweep of your eBay, and they automatically post stuff and automatically unlist stuff. And for whatever reason, well, I know what it was. I don't know how periodic that sweep is, but when I took it off of eBay, it had sold on Bonanza. And that rarely, as a matter of fact, it's never happened to me before because, you know, the likelihood of that happening is pretty low. First of all, you have to take an item off eBay, which I don't do very often, and it would have to sell. Most of the items I would take off of eBay wouldn't be high sell-through rate type items, especially on Bonanza, which rarely sells anything. So it was just a perfect storm. But fortunately for me, I had taken it out and put it in my car and had never used it, so I went and got it. And it didn't sell for a ton, but it did sell, and it sold for $19.75 plus shipping. And that one's been sold for like 6 days, and I never shipped it because I never looked over there. Usually I look up my emails, and my emails give me alerts and stuff, but my email has been just absolutely swamped lately with all kinds of different stuff, and I have not had the time with all that's going on to get in there. And I messed that one up. And I hadn't had a sale on Bonanza for like a month, maybe longer, probably 2 months. I'll have to look, but it's been a long time. And when I went on and saw that one, there were 3 more things that sold in the last 2 days. And I'm like, phew, I'm glad I checked it now. It always amazes me what sells off of this site. And you want to talk about swings. Like, I'll have months I'll sell 6, 8 things, and then I'll have 2, 3 months without anything. Military leadership, and it's no work, by the way, if you haven't heard me talk about it before. You just, once you get everything hooked up, it's all automated, automatic delist, list, all that stuff. This one sold for $12.82 for this military leadership book, plus shipping. And this one was a cool sale. South Park, Timmy in a wheelchair. I think it's the non-talking one, plush. And I was surprised when I comped this one out, but it sold for $59.35 plus shipping. And we sold this one right here. This one was cool. I'd never seen a Napa case quite like this one. Nope, this is a different one. Sorry. Actually, now that I have it in here and looking at it, it is the one I was talking about. The construction is way better than, it must be an early version of it or something. And the little slits in it, the little slats in it are better construction. Anyway, $44.50 plus shipping on that one right there on Bonanza. I get questions from time to time, you know, why don't you sell on Bonanza, on Whatnot anymore? And I don't have like concrete answers to it. There's just a ton of different answers to it. And I do, obviously, we have District, and we have the Dibdit website, dibdit.com and shopcommons.net. It's more me. It's also more permanent. It's lasting, you know, being on social media, and, you know, it's amazing if somebody sends you a message, hey, you know, could you do this, you know, and speak to us about your audience and whatever, and do this, and we'll pay you money. And it's like, wow, you can't beat that, right? But part of me thinks, you know, hey, I'm so fortunate to have folks watching me that I can't expect it to go, you know, 20 years from now, everything's going to change and everything's going to be different. People aren't going to watch me on YouTube like they do now, you know, 20 years in the future, and I probably won't be doing it. And so I wanted to build a community around something that I would be a part of long after social media was done. And it may not be done, I don't know. And I've just really enjoyed building this over there. And nothing against Whatnot. I do have some things that I don't love about it, but there was an opportunity to not only be a part of something from the ground floor, but to build it in a way that suits my needs, our needs. And I just love it. And I could have made more money doing it a different way, but I'm so glad that I've done it this way, and I'm super excited about how it's been going. But back to Whatnot in this sale. I haven't sold on Whatnot in a long, long time, y'all. And I have no plans on going back and selling. I don't know, I might do a show one time, like once a year or something. Maybe not. Probably not. What I didn't realize when I stopped selling over there was that I still had some merch items, Commonwealth picker items, that were buy it now over there. We used to put them on the shows, used to do giveaways, used to do all that stuff. And somebody bought one in October. And I got a message saying, hey, this was never shipped. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I felt really, really bad. And it was one of those Commonwealth picker bags down there, the canvas ones. And of course, Reagan handles all that stuff over on CommonwealthPicker.com. And maybe I'll have her come in and apologize. Well, she didn't need to apologize. I need to apologize, but thank this person. And I sent him a message today and just said, hey, I am so very sorry. And I'm going to throw in some extras in there with that. Maybe even one of those black lights. So, you know, I guess, and there's been many things. I used to sell on Poshmark. I stopped. I used to sell on Depop. I stopped. And I'm really, really, my focus right now, and we'll see, you know, Mercari and all this stuff. And I haven't commented about that. People have been asking me. I don't think there's much to comment about. They're searching. Let's just say that. And I hope they get it right because I like having the extra platforms and stuff. But we'll see how it works out. Let me know what you think of all the Mercari changes and where you see it going forward. But my focus right now is eBay, Shop Commons, and Dibdib right now. So that's what we're doing. We're getting down to the bottom of the barrel on the Carhartt shirts, the lower end stuff. We sold a lot of the higher end stuff right off the bat. These youth t-shirts sold for $22.95 plus shipping. And we sold one of the Enaman Christmas ornaments. And these are going for $14.95 over on eBay. And this one is headed, obviously, to, well, not obviously. Sometimes you sell them not to a viewer, but this one's headed to a viewer, Christine. She used code Commonwealth to get 5% off. Thank you, Christine. And she left a message. She says, so sorry to hear about the basement flood and glad Pepper wasn't stranded for too long. Poor baby. Let me tell you, that was kind of funny, I gotta say. I mean, I'm sure it probably wasn't for the cat, but Pepper, of all the cats, doesn't want anything to do with water. Like, won't even drinks out of a water dish, you know, puts her little paw in there and licks it. You know, she don't want anything to do with water. And so to see those two cats down there, they like to sleep. Pepper's a hunter, although she didn't do as much. Dobby's definitely a hunter. And so they're out all night, and they come in a little door, and they sleep on that couch in there. And they were just like, what is going on? Save me. And then Bubba saved them. So hope the kids still enjoy the holiday through all the mess. Wishing you all the best. Christine, thank you very much. Do you have a store name there? Fire Princess 02. Thank you. And we sold a rainbow hose. And this is the small one. This isn't the good one that sells for a bunch, but it sold for 22 bucks. 22 bucks plus shipping. Man, the wind is blowing outside. I don't often sell Beats headphones, but occasionally I can come across them and they're not overpriced, at least overpriced for me. And this one was $1. So I was like, okay, we'll do it. And it's an older one, leopard print or something, I don't know. $18.95 plus shipping. Sometimes I get to doing so much stuff I forget what I've already done to help myself out later in the day. And sometimes I'll pre-pull items, and I pre-pulled this item. And then when I went to find it, it wasn't where it was supposed to be because I pre-pulled it. And I sent a message to see how it was up here in this bin, and sometimes I'll go through and I'll, like, because I don't want to get up there and pull it out during a video, and it's just, you know, I'm listening to stuff in here, doing whatever, and I'll kind of prep for the show. This one, Maverick Callaway head cover, I had to send a message saying, hey, I can't find this, I'm going to keep looking, and then I remembered. So $9.99 for that head cover plus shipping. You know, I forgot we haven't given away any My Go-To tape. We're going to do that here in just a second. And so you can always enter. Just put My Go-To tape down below and you'll be entered. And I'm going to announce the winner from the last video, Scooby-Doo mini book keychain. These aren't going for much these days. $762, $720, $766 for that one. All right, we are going to give away some tape. So My Go-To tape. Go check it out and use code Commonwealth, 5% off for the tape and anything that's not bubble wrap, and you can get 5% off of that. But you can go through the link and get the bubble wrap too. At any rate, this time the winner, by the way, you guys have been doing a great job of claiming your prizes. Sometimes when we do these, you know, somebody doesn't watch the next video and they don't get it. But so far, everybody's claimed their prize, which is amazing. That never, ever happens. So the winner this time is Nancy B. Cowell. No, is that right? Nancy B. Cowell is the winner for this one. Send me an email, commonwealthpicker@gmail.com. Tell me you won. I'll get you the code, and you can go order it, and it'll be completely free, including shipping. Some people have been asking about my Reseller Genie, if they're giving away a free month this year for people who want to give it, you know, in the new year. Give it a shot. And I have not asked them, but I will check. But I do know we have some maybe I'll give those away on the next one. My Reseller Genie IKEA bags. So y'all, it really is a great idea. I tell people, you know, if you're doing at least $15,000 in business and you hate doing the accounting and the plan is to ramp it up, I highly suggest it. Out of all the stuff I shill for and hawk in here, those folks over there and that product has helped. I get more positive feedback from the folks who use that than anything that I do. And so, I just like the people too. They're just amazing. So my reseller Genie links down. You can go to commonwealthpicker@gmail.com and you can go through that link, or what am I talking about? commonwealthpicker.com. You can go through that link. There's a 15% off for the first month if you use code Commonwealth, all that stuff. But we'll talk about it in the new year. All right, y'all, Reagan's with us, and we just wanted to give you a big giant thank you because we were talking about it, and because of the generosity of all of you, all the sales through commonwealthpicker.com, $1 for every one, plus all the other charity stuff we do, plus the 50/50 auctions and stuff. I shouldn't say we do it, because you guys are the ones who contribute and make this happen. So Reagan's going to have an announcement so far, and this doesn't even include a massive fundraiser that we haven't even talked about on here yet. We will soon. How much has this audience raised to give to the 4 charities? Actually, there's 5 charities this year. How much have we raised?
Just over $2,000.
Just over $2,000. So we wanted to thank you very much for all of your support. St. Jude, Ronald McDonald House, Samaritan's Purse, Red Cross, Compassion, I think that, and Isaiah House. Although we haven't done as much for Isaiah House this year. We need to. So thank you, Reagan.
Bye, and don't forget to get your stickers at commonwealthpicker.com.
Sales on these always do pick up around Christmas time, and that NWO WCW decal sold for $10.95. We do free shipping, and I've got those cool little envelopes that I use to ship them in, and I probably won't be able to find it now. Where the heck are they? Well, I did have them. At least that new coupon code is coming out soon for you eBay seller. You can get your free shipping supplies. So I think I'm going to order those because I really like those, and that's what I was shipping these things in. And they were super easy. All right, Turner's going to do one more Christmas joke, I think. I don't know. Maybe we'll extend it past Christmas. What do you got?
How many presents can Santa fit in an empty sack?
How many presents can Santa fit in an empty sack? I don't know. How many?
Just one, because after that, it's not empty.
Thank you, buddy.
Bye.
All right, y'all, tell me what platforms you are currently selling on. If you have plans for the new year to sell on any different platforms. We are currently, I'll just make a plug for Shop Commons, looking for the right sellers on Commons. We have sold, last look, probably 2,100 lots have sold over there so far in just, 6 months? 5 months, I don't know, something like that. And the listings are going down because we're selling more than we're listing, if that makes any sense. Not that everything is selling, it's just that it's selling fast enough we can't get the listings to go up. Any rate, we're looking for the right type of seller over there. If you want to go apply, read through the community guidelines, and whether that's a live seller or static, the great majority on there are static sales. But we're trying to get the live wholesale auction. People don't want to do wholesale live auctions a lot because they're like, I'm selling this whole box out here and, I don't want to put $1 on it and it sells for $1. Well, you don't have to, you can talk to people in the chat or whatever. But it's the great majority of the sales. There's like 500 sellers over there, but there's only about 40 people who are selling things consistently because they're the right sellers. They're doing storage auctions. They have massive quantities. And they focus on a niche, and they're just trying to get rid of everything else quickly, putting good prices on it for other people to buy, whether it's antique booth people or Amazon people or eBay resellers or whatever. And there's just, you kind of got to get in there and feel it out. But we're looking for some sellers who have massive quantities that is just continuing. And they got to find a way to turn it and burn it really quick in lots. And so, at any rate, there's a little plug for that. And we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas and holiday season and leading into the new year, and enjoy your family. We are so blessed to have you guys. I just want to thank you for everything you have done for me, my family, and just watching this channel and subbing to it and giving it a thumbs up and all the comments. We really do appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you